if I say like that, they have the curious to know what is that. So I won't do that. If you're saying something, then I let you to ask to my husband or yeah, I handle like this. Sometimes even though I did not answer them, like so we will ask to daddy. I say like that. My
Okay.
husband, he's handling the way is very good. So I let him to answer.
Okay,
But
okay, got
he's
you, sir.
saying that it is not a bad thing. You have to be very friendly with the girls. She's also you have to take care of the girls. So he's teaching like that.
Yes, sometimes
Okay.
it's very important to understand the behavior and emotions of other gender as well, right? So we
Mhm.
lack somewhere if you do
Mhm.
not get along with them. So in
Okay,
that
Zuru,
sense, your
Zuru,
husband is
then
right.
over to you. Over to you. Now you share your thoughts. Like how you would get them understand. Like, I mean, you are.
Mm-hmm.
You have a kid and your kid is
Okay, I got
in
you.
these
Just turned
activities.
6, 7. All right.
Don't
So
beat him
guys, yeah, why would I beat him? Come on, guys.
or
Okay.
beat her.
I would never hit my child. And I would never hit women and my child. Yeah. Guys, you know that, right? I never stress the conversation. Even if there's any argument, I try to put an end to it. I'm that kind of
Mhm.
guy. Yeah, I could simply say, "Why you are right, I'm wrong." They're the best way to escape from all the kind of shit. So, yeah, getting back to topic. Topic was how will you prevent your child from falling into relationship, right? All right. So I would say, mm,
Mhm.
देखो, initial 5 years, like man, you need to pamper your child a lot. Okay, it's fine. You're giving unconditional love to your child. But what happens once they turn 6? Now 6 to 15. Now this is the age where they develop a sense of like where they develop some logical skills, and this is the phase when they are developing their developing themselves physically and mentally as well. So this is the right phase to mold them. They need someone to be taken, to keep an eye on them. So this is the phase when you will keep an eye on your child, keep checking them their activities, and and tell them like if they are being mischievous or like they are doing something wrong, rectify them right away so that they won't be able to make the same mistake in upcoming future. So this will definitely help them. And second thing, when I say discipline is again raceless, discipline is not about beating your child up. I mean, it's like you can somehow create that sense of fear in them. I mean to say, when I say creating a fear, I mean to say in a positive way. You can create a positive fear in their mind, you know, and that that they can't take things for granted, and that their family is keeping an eye on them. So they need to be very careful about everything, every move they make. So like this is the phase where they try to understand things logically, right? So if you do not pay attention to your child, obviously, man, your child is going to go off track very soon, sooner or later. So somehow, if you keep checking, I mean, like if you keep, what do we call you? Yeah, if you keep a check on your child, like all
Mhm.
the time, 24 into 7, for initial 6 to 15 years, I would say, till they turn 15. So this is the phase where you really need to keep them um, under surveillance. So you need to like keep scolding them, keep like rectifying them about their mistakes, wherever they are wrong. Or you could say, yes, that the only way you can prevent them from these activities by spending more time with them. That's the only way, I think. Yep.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay.
These are my thoughts, guys.
Okay, okay, got you. So let's move to Avya. Avya, uh, what is your thought on it, Avya? Hello, Avya, are you with us?
Yeah, I was on mute. I'm sorry.
No.
So, yeah.
Okay, no worries.
So, I do not have much experience on it and any observation too. But according to me, I felt that you cannot protect them a lot because these things are, so much out there. That's why they inspire a lot. I mean, these age groups are, watching movies and watching things in their surroundings. That's why these things are influenced them so much, and that's why they're asking these kind of a questions. So We cannot protect them and restrict them this much in any scenario. And if we restrict them, definitely they will not tell you or ask you anything. They will stop, asking you and then taking your support. So, this is the time when you have to be, friendly with them as well. Rather than, not, you know, protecting them and restricting them, we can, tell them that, the crush and love and friendship, what exactly it is. you know we can teach them that the one thing which is very important is friendship, and that friendship is actually a love, so that they have prioritized some other thing rather than dating and a crush thing. They are, I mean, they are giving the less value what to these things, or you can manipulate their mind actually, and making them understand it in a different way. If they're asking you about the crush, then you can manipulate their mind and you can give them an answer little bit different, so that they can take that thing in a very positive way and they proceed with that particular thing in a right way. If they wanted to make a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you can tell them the friendship is the best thing. That's how you can make a boyfriend or a girlfriend. If that is your friend, that means it's your boyfriend if it's a boy. So you can manipulate their mind, you can play with their mind. This is the thing that you can do. If you restrict them, if you stop answering them, if you scold them, then they possibly will not ask again these things to you. And definitely these scenarios changed. You cannot protect and restrict them as much you want now. It's not our time, so we need to
But Avia, I think somewhere this is too early to be enlightened your
Googly,
child
let her
for these
complete.
things.
Googly, let her complete,
Hmm.
because let's everyone give opportunity to speak.
All right, go on.
okay. So this, and also if you think you can also teach them these things, that you have to make friends, you have to make boyfriends or anything in the same age group. Or for them boyfriend means friendship only. If you can manipulate their mind easily, then you can tell them you can be friends with your age group only. Because if your daughter or your son is engaged with any other age group, or then things go wrong, because it's gonna be a little risky, because the same age group kids have a same kind of a mentality. So it's better to let them play with their age friends first, and then you can definitely watch them, you can definitely take care them. But do not restrict them, because we cannot restrict them. It's the scenario which is we all see. I mean, we can see a lot of kids are asking these questions, and we cannot let them not answering them. We can only modify the answer now according to us and play with their mind. This is what I believe now.
Okay, got you, Avya. Great. So, Raceless, since it was your question, so I would like you to listen after me, because maybe you must have thought about it. You must have, you can say, like you must have uh, at least sorry, I'm not getting the right word to
That's fine.
express
It's
it.
a पल में
So
निकलना है चलो start
no,
करो.
Since
no,
he
no,
came
no,
up with
it's
the
okay,
topic,
right?
so he
Yeah,
may be
yeah,
having
yeah,
insight about it, right? Very
yeah,
good insight
insight,
about
and you must have given some time to think about it, why it is happening and what is the reason of it. So I'll just put you on the last. So let me just talk about it, because I also
चलो.
want to share.
Yes.
So since your question is that, like, those, you can say, teenage which are pretty young, so in my opinion, what I think, like, when we talk about kids, so kids are just like a tender plant or tree, the way we shape up, in the same way they grow. Like, as we know that when we talk about small plants, so we just give them, you can say, strength. How do we give them? Maybe we just like, you can say, we just put up a stick just beside the tree, so that tree can go straight. Otherwise tree can go left, right, it could bend as well. Why? Because we know that
it.
their branches are very tender. No, the moment they would have any, you can say, force, they would just mold. So in the same way, kids are in a such a way, if you would not just you can say nurture them in a very right direction, of course somewhere they would bend, somewhere they would fold. I believe so. And as Zulu said, like after 5, like I think 6 to 15, so it is a age, he rightly said that it is a age where you need to be very attentive with your child. Like let me tell you,
Exactly.
when people say kids at the 7th or at the 8th, they are involved into certain things. So it's not overnight journey. Like today I thought about it and next day I just got into it. It is a process, like slowly and gradually, because there are certain parents maybe they are not attentive. Like maybe the way they monitor, they think like I'm
Mm.
just taking care of in a such a nice way. But things are being modern, things are being advanced, and we need to put some extra, you can say, safety guard, no, for them, because we know that they are at the tender age. So what I want to say, according to, as somebody has said, that if you are in Rome, act like Romans do. In the same way, in which century do you live? You need to think from this that perspective. Like if you are conventional, you could say maybe your thought process that is 10-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and you know that new generation is pretty fast. So maybe the way you would try to convince, they would not be convinced, right? That is why even though you would say that these days, even though the education way is getting changed, even though the teachers, they are paying attention on each and every kid on a different level, because they know that every kid cannot be equal. In the same way, you need to, first of all, you need to understand your child. This is the first thing. And second thing I would say, when we say we need to understand our child, so I don't know, like I'm not a parent, but I don't know, like maybe Saranya or maybe Rosie ma'am, they can add later. Let me complete first. Is your child pretty much transparent with you? Is he or she shares each and everything with you, like when he return from the school or when he come up with your friend? Does he share? Have you ever given that opportunity, or you have you ever just win his trust, you could say, or confidence, that your child could ever come up to you and he could share, like mom, today I just met with a guy and no, he said this thing to me or that thing to you? Because let me tell you, if you be friend with your kid, I think your kid is going to share each and every moment which they are doing. But if the moment they would know that they are not comfortable with their parents, they are not okay with them, then of course somewhere there would be a gap between the, you can say, kid and the parents, and something they would love to hide. But I have seen certain parents in my life, their kids are very much, you can say, comfortable to share their things, whether they are going for somewhere, they are talking to someone, they are like anything what they are doing, they are pretty much comfortable. Why? Because those parents have literally built up, you can say, very good connection. And one more thing I would say, if we talk about the new generation, like generation like us, we are too much career oriented. Like I'm working, I'm looking for a partner, she, I also want her working. I work in MNC company, she works in MNC company, I'm putting 10 hours, 12 hours, she is putting. So somewhere, try to understand, like I understand money, this is one of the biggest important thing in life, but still, it's not more important than your child, right? So somewhere we need to pull some time for our kids as well. But new generation, they hardly understand. Like some of them, their grandparents, they are taking care of them. Some of them, other family members are taking care of them. Some of them, they have none. Some of them, they have made. Some of them, they have admitted somewhere. And still, people expect that they should be, well versed in everything. So, because as I said, the way a parent can guide others, they cannot take place of the parent. So there are a couple of factors which impact a child's mind, not just one factor, right? And uh, one more thing which I would like to add, when we say okay, so let me tell you, like the way we observe. Okay, so if I talk about myself or some other kid, sometimes I notice what kind of activities they do, like you could say when they study, when they get up, when they just try to hide up in a room, if they are watching something on cell phone, so in which way and how, like they sit, did we get any corner, are you sitting, are they watching in a hall, or even though, like no, you could say at night, like suppose if a kid is 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, so at night, does he see sleep properly, or maybe at night he's watching something which is inappropriate. So what I want to say, see, we need to keep eye, but since we are also that much busy that we don't know, like we think, okay, no, that is how it works, and it is a process. Let the child learn in the same way. So guys, there are a couple of factors according to me, and we need to be, very vigilant on that. Otherwise the time is in a such a way that your child, he can go in any direction, and then later on, I don't know, there could be possibility that he would learn by his mistakes. There could be probability as well, if he's a weak, then he would be broken and shattered as well, and maybe he may commit suicide as well. So there could be a probability, and everything you can say that is in our hand, because I cannot blame my child for others, because I know that the whole world is very toxic. So somewhere I need to be a shield for him or her. That is my thought, guys.
Mm.
Thank you. Yeah, so
It
now
was
let's
not just a thought. It was a whole chapter, I would say.
Yeah, very
It's a
insightful
great,
But
actually.
nice,
It was very
Rohan.
insightful.
Yeah, it's a very
great,
good for me. It's a great information for me.
yeah, it's a great.
thank you, Saranya ma'am. But Rosie ma'am, she's of course, like, she's at that age where I think she has two kids, and like, no,
Three
now
kids,
three
three
kids,
kids.
even all of them are married as well. So she has more exposure than
None of them
us.
are married actually.
Yes,
Okay.
someone correct.
Yeah,
None of them. Okay, so I think the ma'am, you
No, no,
said
no.
the girl, she's in US.
Only
Okay.
one,
one girl is
only
married.
one married, and two, one is job, doing job, and second study.
कहाँ से लाते हो इतना confidence?
Okay,
Arey.
so okay, so just I got mother and at age of 17. So that time I really have a just like very unaware background. I am not doing anything. I'm not aware a- anything. But what I say is only four things I apply in my motherhood or upbringing to my child. Only four major things. So first is that storytelling. So what kind of storytelling? It's not about the catharsis. That I am frustrated and my kids. And in front of my kids I speak lots of rubbish thing. No, just a story telling that beta, so I just wearing this dress, it's a good, or this dress, because I try to develop a trust between us. Okay, after some time when they will become a adult or will become a teenager, so they also ask me in same manner, because I consider upbringing of child as a investment of your emotion, time, and sacrifice everything. As it's not responsibility, is accountability. If the responsibility is very small word, and it's like immediate, is between within timeline or within rewarded after that, but the accountability is for whole life. What they become as an adult, it's your accountability. So I catch that point and I give that trust. Second thing, I always try to just like represent myself as a protective mother, not as a conservative. So because the protection and conservativeness is a two different things. So it's for upbringing point of view. And third thing is that I give that courage, confidence, and trust. If in life they have any mistake, it doesn't matter. Mistake is small or big, but I am always stand with you. Always as a mother. But yeah, of course, if you go to some like four direction, is like ethical, moral, legal, and religious. So of course at that time I also with you, but the pain is on pain, just like carry only from your side. You are suffering from that. I am not able to just like carry on your pain on my head. No, it means it's a your accountability, it's a your. Fourth thing is like unknowingly or unwanted some uncertainty or unexpected, just like in life is very uncertain. So for that point of view, I built my child is not the psychological terminology post trauma symptom disorder. It means something happened in your life and you just feel just like a breakdown. No, it's like just like a post trauma growth. Okay, after that event, after that painful event, adverse circumstances, how to compose yourself, how to manage yourself, this is the main thing. And that is called it's a very good terminology in just like in psychology, as an anti-fragile. So you are not fragile person, you are anti-fragile. So the example is that okay, when something happened in like bad effect, so something is breakdown or something is let down, and after that they up in like equal line what we have earlier. But you just do just like upgrade. You just like just like tight just like jumpy bum, जो some person uh, just like what you say, jumping that place, and the surface is just high. So that you just overcome in like more confidence and more trust and more just like understanding and self-esteem after any kind of emotional turbulence or any kind of massive adverse circumstances. So that's this is four thing, and bit and all thing cover under that four things. So I really feel what is my achievement in my life? Only one achievement. So my I am able to did by Almighty God blessing in my child become all three child become a good person, good human being, as well as they are able to just like earning a bread and butter in any part of just like world. So only that thing, otherwise I not give in very much moral ki you not drink alcohol, you not go to before marriage for relationship. No, doesn't mean. I just give the very open direction, this is bad and this is good, now you are accountable to choose. But yeah, of course in 3 to 5 years age, I just try to learn each and everything as physical or abusing or like good touch, bad touch, everything. So they are very careful, and very frankly I say my all two daughter, because two daughter is elder and then my son, even son also, because nowadays everything is happen. So you just touch even your grandparents or your uncle or anybody, if you feel the touch is wrong, you immediately told me, immediately tell me. So only that point of view, protection point of view, otherwise we give all authorization with the differentiate of good and bad. Just like provided in of course is like religious point of view also. So thank God, what I give recurring in recurring, now I just withdraw from there.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, Rosie, ma'am, for adding so much value.
Yeah,
Okay, guys.
nice.
So now we I would like to listen Restless because he's the one who brought up this question. So Restless, what is your take on this topic?
I don't have take. I have problems.
You have problems. Yes, but
Let me
see.
tell you. Uh, although I didn't get the clear answer
Mm.
for the question, see, whatever the things that we are saying, it is that we have to take that early precautions. What I'm saying right now, they are already into these things.
Mm.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Now,
People are not into this. Like, say, people they later they would say, "I have tried my best," but they don't try their best. Restless.
yes, but that's not my point. Is like, let's say, like if you are like you didn't study well, okay, like just try to relate the situation. You didn't study well uh, in the school till 10th standard. Now you want to do something uh, better in life. You are ready to do something very good. So it how much like do you think it makes sense to scold you for not doing better till your school, like in school time, or you will give me the suggestions. Okay, what, like how you can make your life prosperous from now on, instead of scolding me or you for not doing good in school. So what I'm trying to say, if that the parents fail to give attention to their kids, or they somehow they failed it, now how, or like, do you think kitna sahi hai ye, that we are going to criticize them for not giving attention instead of providing them the solution?
Let me tell you one example. I would like to quote Restless, which think I have quoted before as well, but I would like to quote like how when we say no how to nurture them. So Restless, like there was a time I think in the month of March I went to my hometown. One of my cousin sisters, she was also there, and she's quite, you can say, older than me. So actually his son, he was in 10th, and it was a board exam. So actually he study at his nanny's home, not at their parents home, because there's no good school. So my sister, she was there. I woke up in the morning, you could say, just to urinate. So when I woke up and I went outside and saw that like my bhanja, he was doing study, and my sister, she was just next to him, and she was also there. Then I just looked at my cell phone. It was 4 o'clock. I thought like, I understand like he has a board paper and he's doing study. Why my sister is up at that moment? What she's doing with him, right? So I just slept with the curiosity. I thought, okay, in the morning I'm going to ask her. Then morning, you could say after having tea, and I was roaming and she was out there. Then I just greeted her, and then I just asked her like, sister, like why you were up? Like he was, like, his name is Sunny actually. I said he was doing study. Why you were up? Then what she said, Rohan, he's no, he's at the tender age. No, if I'll just get him up at 4 o'clock, so maybe when he would look around, he would see that everyone is sleepy, right? Everyone is sleeping. So maybe he would also get a urge, why heck the I am only doing study? I should also sleep. Or maybe he would feel laziness. Or maybe no, he would just get some other thoughts as well. But I'm just trying to give him company that your mother is just next to you, and I was reading some, you can say, novel, just to boost his energy, that you do your study and I'm doing yours, so you have got a companion, right? So I'm there just to boost his morale. So can you just understand a lady like my sister, who is maybe 40-year old, like she slept somewhere at 10 or 11, she woke up at 4, and she's sitting for no reason over there. She's sitting, the only reason is that just to boost his kids morale, right? So that he can study from 4 to 6 or 7 in the morning. So it's all about how you step into it, Restless. Talking and doing both are different thing, right? Like every day we talk about motivation, every day we talk about toxicity, right? Every day we talk about addiction, but still next day we do the same thing. So what we talk, we don't implement in our life. So that is a result of that. That is why there's a gap.
Rohan, I really appreciate your sister, and you know, many time I mentioned, I I have started my, just like education after 30, when my elder daughter went to class 10, then I went to class 12 examination. So because of that, because the main basic purpose is that I am sitting there, I was sitting there with my twins. They are not still alone at the time of study because of I started study. Yeah, of course, it's a very, very, like awesome achievement for me also. But the main product is my children. And that's why I start my study.
Okay, so yeah, Restless, over to you again. I'm sorry I interrupted in between, but I think like somewhere parents, they know it, but they don't know how to implement it. Restless, somewhere, I think so. Maybe if you have more insight, you can add.
Like what you're telling me, um, like I'm going to say something in Hindi, okay? Like one or two lines. उस कुत्ते के पास मत जाओ, ऐसे पेरेंट्स ने बोला था, लेकिन गया है, अब उसको काट लिया है,
Mhm.
उसके बाद का बोलो.
Okay, you want
So,
to say if your
okay,
child is already
don't,
involved into
okay,
inappropriate thing, then
don't,
how
don't
would you
tell me
end?
this, okay, don't tell me this, that like I have already warned you that you are not supposed to go nearby that dog, but now it's your responsibility. No, we can't say this. okay, still it is your responsibility to make it correct, or to give uh,
Restless, of course, as a parent, every parent,
yes,
it's a
yes.
parent's
So
responsibility.
what
Doesn't
you
matter at
see,
what
see,
stage your
listen,
kid
listen.
is.
Like what everyone is suggesting, how to be correct, like how to be a good parent. But what I'm saying, that's okay. That thing I don't want. Like I know those things. But what I'm saying, okay, like they were a bad parent. Now tell me what to do.
Okay, so now you have changed your question. Earlier you said like
No, no, no,
how
no,
to
no. I
stop
said
it,
I
right?
no. I said the same thing, but like what everyone is very stick to the point upbringing. Rosie ma'am, Googly, like and like even somehow Saranya and that Avia, that they made few good points actually. Like I will say that later on. But now let's forget about upbringing. Now they are in the bad phase. Now how we are supposed to deal with that thing, like how we are going to make them convince, okay, these things are not good.
So I'll make it very short, restless, only to mentor them, to coach them, to guide them, to get them understand, right?
Hmm.
To show them some stories or maybe something which can motivate them. Because if somebody's already stepped into it, so it's hard to bring, but not impossible, right? It's not
But
impossible.
restless, I have very different answer. Suppose in real scenario, I just I faced that thing. My son got 40 lakh scholarship for international board of 11 and 12th, and he went to out of India. After 11th, before 11th, he just chosen global politics, not chemistry but physics, maths, and then global politics, English literature. So it means it's not like for doing any engineering or this and that. And after 11th, he called me, Mama, I don't want to live here, I want to come back. So really it's a very very, as a single mother, I feel very, just like that time is what happened. But I feel I trust my son. Is if he got this kind of just like a scholarship and that kind of hard work, so why not I trust on them? If he want to come back, so just I told yes, please come back. So because that time he need to some support, he need to some like just like okay koi hai mere saath, because each and every person, why you are mad, why you are come back and this and that. But I gave the permission, okay, whenever you want you just come back. You just told me, I just booked the ticket. For that point of view, my all family shouted on me कि you are mad, if बच्चा कुछ करे तो उसे समझाना चाहिए. But I have only one trust. He is understand each and every just like a struggle of life. So it means he is in more pain, that's why he taking this decision. So my responsibility as a mother only that I accept that decision. I just like appreciate, and I give the just like support कि yes मैं हूँ. So but after booking of ticket, just he refused कि no mama, just no, I feel कि you are always with me. Now I try to indulge with myself this year. And of course after that he got 100% scholarship for graduation, and now he completed his graduation, and he is living in US. But daily he told me कि mama, I am frustrated here. And every time, beta, you just listen your heart voice. If you want to back, you just please come back. We have that enough skill कि we are not die without meal. We have that kind of skill कि we just for earning money for bread and butter is enough. You don't go to some ambition or some like high success. Happiness is not the depend upon success. Happiness is like depend upon your own peace. So you just try to listen your own voice. So every time I talk to that kind of thing. But yeah, it's a very difficult for me also, because I have one thing only, that is in our religious point, is a tawakkul, means like what in my destiny it's happened, so I just go to flow. So only because of that thing, my daughter chose some like non-Muslim person, non-Abrahamic religious person, but I do give permission. Yes, you go to there if you want to. My married daughter want to separation with her husband, but I am okay. Oh, okay, you don't feel this? Yeah, I am not feeling that. So the thing is that when we trust on my child, or child trust on my mother or parent, so the conflict is never happen. If I think this is only for just like just for fun, they want to doing this, so of course I also treated like other parents, but I have that trust, and they also have trust. The main thing is this trust between parents and children also. So just after one thing is very good, what तुम जो बोओगे वही काटोगे. Suppose nowadays new generation parents, what they do after paternity leave, they send to child in age of 6 months or 1 year in like some crash or some day boarding. So how they think about that, in old age the child is not sent in like old age home. It's like vice versa. What I gave the child, that same thing revert on me. So nowadays I think the old age home is better option as compared
Mhm.
to you just like suffering alone in like own home without concerning any person. They have only taking your responsibility. They bring your medicine, but they are not bother about that you take medicine or not. So it's okay, so we just go to like old age home is better option than some. So it's like it's not upon the very individual. It's like objectively is always subjectively, as always vice versa. And the main thing what I hate as a parent with other parent, they always feel reflect own self at child. Oh, I want to become a good singer, but I am not doing because of this circumstance. So I want to my daughter go to this line, and my son go to line. Why they go? They have own identification, own existence. So just try to create a new path or some other path. You are not the authorized person to giving any person to any like imposing career about the partner about anything. So this is my point of view.
Okay. So, yeah, then over to Googly. Googly, there's a pin drop silence from your side. Are you alive, Googly?
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
I'm
googly
I'm
board.
alive. No, I'm not bored actually. I'm doing my work, Rosie, ma'am. All right. So I was listening to you guys as well. Yeah. So listening to Rosie, ma'am, Raceless. Then
I
yeah,
think
no
Raceless, I
problem.
think still he's maybe he have something to share, because I feel maybe he did not get the satisfactory answer. So Raceless, again over to you. So you want to
Yeah.
listen
He was
someone's
asking
thought.
something. Sure. I'll share.
So now Saranya and Googly, you can add your thought. I
Though
think
I
Raceless.
shared, I thought the question was how to prevent your child from falling into relationship. That's how I begin with the conversation. But
Yes,
since he
like I
molded the
forgot
question a
about
little
the
bit,
Googly as
yeah,
well.
he, yeah,
Googly
he,
also
no,
made
no,
like few points which I
yeah.
can consider like okay, these points are still in our hand uh, to take some action.
hmm Guys, like I told you, right? Once the girl or boy turns 7, right? So this is the time when they start developing those logical
But
skills, right?
Zulu
So
again he had
they are in
changed
the
his
initial phase
question.
of, yeah,
Zulu.
I know the question. I know the question. I know the question. The question is that they already fall in love with someone, and how to prevent them,
Yeah,
right?
maybe love, maybe toxic things,
Uh-huh, I got
maybe
you. Not it's love, I guess. It's he's talking about, right? Raceless,
restless.
not
I think
toxic
there's
things. He's talking about love.
network
Yeah.
issue. There's networks. Let's welcome to Jack. I think hi Jack. How are you?
I'm fine.
Hello, hi Jack.
Hello.
Yeah, come close to mic, Jack.
Yeah.
I would not so.
Hmm.
I would not say that again because that dialogue I have made only for Googly and Raceless. Like, kahan se bol rahi ho? Like something. So that I'll not put for you. So, okay, Jack.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Jack,
So
yeah, Googly, you can continue because
yeah,
Raceless, I
so
think he's struggling with
haha.
internet. Hmm.
Sure. So guys, so as I mentioned one line, I'll carry, like, I'll kick off my conversation by stating the same information again. I said that this is the age when child develop themselves mentally and physically, right? So they don't have much insight about these things, being in a relationship and all. So they love to experience things, they love to explore things which they haven't experienced, right? So they're in the very initial stage of doing that. So they haven't gotten themselves into a deep introspection of that. So somehow, if we put a pause in that, how could we do that? We can put a pause by you know you could say by keeping them in an environment where we can tell more where we can motivate them to be more career oriented rather than falling into these things. We could simply state the difference. So indeed, man, we can tell them about like relationship and all, but again, somehow if we we plant this thing in their mind that you can do the same things once you turn 18, right? So that is going to make a big difference in there. So I would say surveillance again, man, that is going to play a significant role here. You need to keep a check on your child and keep telling him that because these are things which your daughter and son will never tell you. They will never tell you. You have to sense this by your own. We all know that your daughter and your son will never come up to you and would say that I fall in love with someone, right? So these are things which you need to figure it out by your own. So how would you know that? When you will keep an eye on them. So um, I mean, I think when you realize that this could happen, so simply you can talk about them, be polite, don't be angry on them, because again, if you show frustration, they would never approach you next time. So talk to them heart to heart. They should feel that connection. They should know what they're talking, what you're talking about, and somehow you can convince them, be manipulative, convince them that you could do the same thing in upcoming. Like once you turn 18, that's the right age. So yeah. So I would say by motivating them toward their career, path would make a big difference from my side,
Hmm.
according to my perspective. Yeah.
Okay. Although
Mm-hmm.
Raceless is not there, the same thing I said. I think to coach them, to mentor them, to guide them
Mm-hmm.
time by time, it is really important, really required. As Restless said, if your kid he's already involved in certain inappropriate things, so as we said, like
But
even
yeah,
though
see,
that has
guys,
happened,
first thing, that he will never tell you. He will never share it with you, right? Rohan, do you really think
he
that
would
your
never
child will
share
come up?
with
Yeah.
you.